Hello. Good morning, my people. Of course, another morning where we bring you the best. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube in terms of the best of tactical analysis, pre-match analysis, post-match analysis. You don't get it any better than to get it from here, Ewazi. Of course, like we always say and do to you, if you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on notification. Make sure that in the notification turn you do choose all, just so anytime there is an update here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, you are first to have it here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe, turn on notification sharing. Make sure that you do choose all, and always make sure that always we share the link as well. A big thank you to all of you who have shared the link and have the conversation this morning. There is a lot of update for you, but even before the update, all the investors, good news for you. We have gone through here 3 odds, well researched, 3 different, slips, not just the odds, 3 different slips. Baku, I think about 11 odds. There's one that goes for 7 odds. More than that, I saw 3 different ones. I saw separate ones. Just go to the description of this video. All the 3 odds are there. Pick it up. If you can't go in there, look at the social media handles down there on Twitter and Facebook. Go there. All the 3 odds are, all the 3 different slips are there. Pick them up, and then of course make sure so we check here in no enjoy analysis. No this kaka credit Google to me was in Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. We've said it several times that as we give you the best of content, now we enjoy football conversations. Now we are now I say so. Also soon you have the best opportunity to make some good cash. I was say on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Yes, starting the signing more. Obviously today there are a lot of Champions League games. I have also all throughout Europe. Champions League matches now but there's also updates from a lot of the teams. This morning there's breaking news from Chelsea on the transfer market, and I think it is something that I almost every few weeks it comes back to it. It looks as if Chelsea they are big on that, and they want to have that conversation around it. And we'll see. You best start with but I don't know. Maybe I just Champions League this one, Champions League this one. Then we'll go straight into the Chelsea conversation. I was on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Obviously, this and then Champions League games never cost one any a very interesting one. There is Barcelona that's going to play in the Champions League already. There is AC Milan, they were way to go and play. Spartak Prague. Barcelona is going to play Bayern Leverkusen and Betn Salzburg in there. Bayern will be playing against Paris Saint-Germain. Inter against RB Leipzig. Man City will try and get some results back from all the disappointment this week, against Team Friend final. Sporting CP will play against Arsenal. There's going to be FC Young Boys against Atalanta. Our Champions League. And these are all games that today our Champions League menumuni actually I research odds no of course so AC Milan, they've not gotten the best of results after that draw before the international break against Cagliari, going to beat Madrid. They came back to come and draw again against my friend Juventus in the Italian Serie A. A goalless one at that. This time they are going away in the Champions League against a Czechs team. Slovan have been very solid as well. And you look at Inter Milan team now, it's a team that has a lot of quality. Osho beats Rafael Leao, Osho Theo Hernandez, Osho the likes of all of the Oluwafikayo Tomori. All of these players are very Mike Mignon, top players AC Milan team, and they should be able to be getting results. But I say in recent times, Paulo Fonseca has been under a lot of pressure. But this is a game I'm thinking, at least AC Milan it should be at least a double chance for them. Saying about Omega, at least a draw when AC Milan echo away to the Champions League. Spartak Prague, any Atletico de Madrid. Spartak Prague a very defensive side. Anytime you're in the Champions League, in Europe, they are very difficult. They are very difficult. They are very defensive. It's hard for them to lose. A very resolute defense. That's where players would say Thomas Schuschek coming free on Coco joining West Ham United. So it's difficult for you to play against a team like Spartak Prague. It is difficult for you to get results against them, especially when they want to try and hold it in and then navigate and get results. It's tough for you to get results against a team like Spartak Prague or Prague. Haven't had things their own way in recent weeks. 1-1 draw at home soil against Teplice and extended their winless run to 2 draws and 1 loss, wedged in between the string of negative results that have come in the home defeat in the Champions League in recent times. Now, disappointing results leave them with just 4 points after 4 matches in the Champions League. 1-1, drawn 1, lost 2. A return which sees them enter the match they sat outside of the 24 sides that are going to go into the 24 knockout stages now. More positive results are needed to secure a knockout stint LFA. So definitely it's going to be a tough one. Let's go to Madrid returning to winning weight LFA. It deemed to be very tall order here as Atletico de Madrid arrived at Czech Republic capital on the back of a 2-1 victory this weekend in the Spanish La Liga against Deportivo Alavés City. Atletico de Madrid have been not so good themselves, but in the last game out of Spanish La Liga, they were able to get a 2-1 win, and then they are going to play against a Czech side in Spartak Prague that have been suffering, but then they're very resolute side, difficult for you to beat. So one of the things that I don't particularly trust as much this season in the Champions League, Atletico de Madrid. So it's also a double chance for Atletico de Madrid when they go away to Spartak Prague to go and play in that game. Of course, in other conversations, FC Barcelona, after that disappointing win before the international break against Sociedad, 1-0, and then coming back to come and play against Team Alfredo Celta de Vigo, and also almost draw. I mean, no winning, and Barca were in control of the game, but of course Celta de Vigo played very well. They were also in the game. They were more aggressive. They tried to push Barca to get results, and all of a sudden Barca plummeted. Now, after that, we saw all of the papers from sport, from a lot of the guys in Spain, on Pro Barcelona, saying, Coach Efreni Hansi Flick was really, really disappointed in Team Efreni FC Barcelona. In fact, he went in there, he expresses the satisfaction to Barca boys, and Barca for now hoping they will begin to do well. And then it will feel when they play at the Munich, but more refi say as part of the top teams. Champions League this season, Brest, one of them, Brest, at fourth with 10 points. Barcelona that sit with 9 points in there. So it tells you, say, as it stands now, Brest, bomb homeworking actually team, my friend in Barcelona, the last two draw Barcelona, and was not good enough. Now we facing Brest on the first ever meeting of the two players or the two teams in the Champions League. 4 consecutive ones plus 3 goal margin in any competition, an aggregate of 25 goals over the last 6 games. Their temporary home at the Stade Olympique Louis companions would suggest that Barcelona will do well and secure the piece of history. Brest are unlikely to be easy pushovers, like I did say, as they start this round of top 4, the top 4 of the league phase of the table, and are one of the 6 teams yet to lose a game in the Champions League as it stands. So Brest are unbeaten as it stands now in the Champions League. 1-3, drawn 1. That was one of Barca coming against them, knowing it's a very, very, very difficult one for them to play. But I'm thinking Barca will get a reaction, especially at home. They suffered against French oppositions in recent times, but I don't think Brest is going to be able to stop Barca. I think Barca straight win is a good one today when you watch that game not over there for FC Barcelona. Of course, Bayern Leverkusen against RB Salzburg. Of course, RB Salzburg from Austria, Bayern Leverkusen in Germany. Bayern with 13th position. 13th position, and Bayern Leverkusen with 7 points, and of course RB Salzburg 30th position with just 3 points. Pep Linders, the former assistant of Jurgen Klopp, the new manager for Tima, your friend RB Salzburg, and they are suffering to get consistent results in the LFA. Bayern Leverkusen have been a little bit wishy-washy in recent times. On my record in the Champions League, the last time I'm born the Champions League, they went away to Anfield, they lost by 4-0, and results haven't been so good for Xavi Alonso team. They are coming in to play at home at the Bayer 04 Arena, the Bay Arena, playing against team and friend RB Salzburg. Salzburg, not a mere pushover, a team that can really stress anybody at all in Europe. So, of course, the safe one for me. And it's a Bayer 04 concede. Salzburg do concede. There may be goals in this one over 1.5. It looks like a very, very likely one for me, in my opinion. And of course, the big one, AFC Bayern Munich, and a team, my friend, in Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain, said once they lose result, they lose games like this. Not only Tunisia, and they go on the Champions League competition qualification rounds now may be over for them. They know it clearly. Nobody will tell them. Luis Enrique and Martin him said once they go away to Munich, they need to do something hugely monumental and to get the results over there. But then FC Bayern Munich in the last 5 games, without conceding a single goal in there. Vincent Kompany seem to be high flying, playing some good football, controlling games, scoring goals, imposing themselves in matches. I mean, being one of the best teams that you can find in Europe as it stands now at the moment, especially after that loss away against your friend FC Barcelona. And of course, after that, against Benfica, we were able to get the win. So the Bayern against my friend Paris Saint-Germain, a game that will come with a lot of goals. But also, in my opinion, this is a game that obviously looks, as you said, my friend FC Bayern Munich is going to get a result in there because almost everybody's back. Jamal Musiala is back, Harry Kane is back, Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, all of the top names that were FC Bayern Munich are back into the team. And I think that they are going to go on and get the results as they have to in the Champions League because Bayern Munich are one of the top sides. And I think I know it's something a very relegated team, my friend FC Paris Saint-Germain, because Paris Saint-Germain are in a much different proposition these days as they continue to come to terms with the loss of Kylian Mbappe, who scored twice at Munich the last time out. The Parisiens UCL campaign is actually going worse than Bayern this season as they start the latest round of outside of the top 24, which would mean a group league phase exit in this competition for the very first time since 2004-2005 season. Now, it's hard to see them improving their standing against FC Bayern. Like I said this will fail to score against the last three head-to-head. Two of their last four visits to Germany. You also saw them draw and scoring blank. So you could forgive them for traveling in somber mode in what will be a landmark evening for the boss Luis Enrique, who takes out his 50th game as manager of Paris Saint-Germain. The Champions League has won 30, drawn 6, and lost 13 in that. Of course, I think that this game is a game that's in the grips of team that's called FC Bayern Munich over there. Inter, the Betn and RB Leipzig, a very stubborn side in the Champions League. I'm thinking, Inter for have a very, very good team and they should be able to negotiate a win on Manchester City against Tima, your friend final after all the stress Josep Guardiola here. I mean, the last few hours, an interview has been released at Josep Guardiola. I catch him for saying, give me my players. As in the four centre backs, Zepra, the two midfielders, Zepra, and then of course the best player in the world, Zepra in Rodrigo Cascante. Some more than the players, the man, you are going to see what he is made up of. So give him his players, number back, no winning results. And of course, I think at home against final, they're very stubborn. Don't let anybody take that away from you. They're a very, very good side, very resolute, difficult for teams to play against them. But I'm thinking, if you look at my friend Manchester City at home at Etihad, after all the stress they've gone through, Spurs, Sporting CP, Spurs again, going away to Southampton, I mean Brighton and all of these ones. Now, I'm thinking Man City should be able to get a win essentially against the team that's called FC Feyenoord in the Champions League, and then the Etihad Stadium on the Sporting CP, Betn match and team my friend Arsenal seem to be getting back and winning ways. Ruben Amorim, Eja, and the Sporting CP team, unbeaten in all competitions this weekend, almost share. And then, of course, they have to build from that. They have to keep on getting results in that regard. And whilst Ruben Amorim is away from the team, they seem to be scoring. Nothing seems to be wrong, at least on the last game, boy. But Arsenal will probably be a different team altogether when they go away from them. And for me, I think that Arsenal double chance is a good one in this pick for the Champions League game. And of course, the last one, about Young Boy versus Atalanta. Atalanta, one of my favorite to win the Italian Serie A. They've been playing very well. Matteo Retegui goals. Abrantia Fernandimola Lukman has been spot on. But Young Boy is an easy side to push away when you go to, Switzerland. You need to be very, very careful when you play against Young Boys over there. So that's why for me also in that game, it's a double chance for Atalanta. And I think that these are the most shoot ones. So other codes, like I said, go to Fiifi-Manfred or across the social media handles and in the description of the video below. Over there, they will have a conversation to that regard because there's a lot of things to talk about. And then Madrid against Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and like we said yesterday, Madrid with a lot of injuries team. Of course, Oko Junior Sen and Le Fabrica, monitor some number of players. Chema Andreas, Juan Martinez, Jesus Fontia, Dani Yanez, Victor Munoz, Cesar Palacios. These are all players that Madrid for a monitor just so they can get them in. Real Madrid have highlighted Gonzalo Garcia as a strong first team mentality, bold character, and speed and exceptional physicality for the condition, going in. Of course, Madrid for say in the last few 6-5 months, a lot of the teams only outside of Spain have come outside and come up and Ada Gole. They wanted to add him to their fray. They wanted to get Ada Gole because I believe in the quality of Ada Gole. And I've said it several times, as a deep creative passer, Ada Gole one of the best that you can get on the market. and almost received 12 different approaches from clubs outside of Spain for other goal by Madrid. Rejecting in here, according to a branch friend Fabrizio Romano, of course, in over the weekend, a branch friend Raul Asensio, born next to Antonio Rudiger, and he was solid. I mean, how much they will throw him into the deep hole. Our Anfield, he really stand it? Our Anfield, one man, we wait to see a branch friend Raul Asensio going away to play in the Champions League from team. Your friend Real Madrid, I mean, in that regard, our home, of course, FC Barcelona will play this evening our Champions League name, and Ronald Araujo back on IG, or say a new step. It feels amazing to train with a teammate again. Ronald Araujo is stepping up in the recovery to get back to be playing full fitness. Our team friend Barcelona Barca's animation stand to remain empty against Brest at the Montjuic after fan groups failed to pay 21,000 euros fines last season for misconduct. The club gave them until Monday midnight to comply, but no payment has been made, so there are not going to be any animations on them, and it's match day on them. And of course, okay, in front of the Mundo Deportivo, almost say Euro Rito or Euro challenge for team my friend FC Barcelona. Like I did say, for Hansi Flick, it's about a reaction for the team, with all of the things that's going on. Hansi Flick said most of the players have been a little bit lackluster. They've been a little bit relaxed, thinking say just because they've been getting wins over the last few weeks, obviously they should be able to win any game. As if Flake, I catch the boys and say, and yes, they need to make sure say almost starting results, and in getting results, they need to work harder. One loss, one draw, not good enough for Barca. And against them, a Brest side that cannot be pushovers. You just cannot override Brest of Honor, so you need to be careful. Again, this is a match. Barca will not have Lamine Yamal in there. Branch friend Alejandro Balde also is going to be ruled out of that game against Brest. Still, or discomfort on the 9. Barca retaining 50% of ownership in a branch friend Oscar Mingueza. The rights now, and they could re-sign him for 10 million due to 20 million release clause with Celta. This would provide a rest for Koundé and large heavy minutes for the season. The same with my manager, branch friend Jules Koundé. Of course. Another player, I'm not making kind of one same. It looks as if it keeps on coming up in the transfer market, and it's same for Chelsea. Any team in front of FC Barcelona, and branch friend Victor Gyökeres. Now, Victor Gyökeres is more like the hottest cake in terms of striker in Europe. I mean, in the summer, not Chelsea for branch friend of Victor Osimhen, they really wanted to get Victor Osimhen. But in trying to get Victor Osimhen, since you're back to the season, we've seen the likes of Nicolas Jackson most goals consistently for Chelsea, and then somebody like Victor Gyökeres also popping up and playing some good football for team your friend of Sporting CP. And Barca phoned him, said whilst they would want to extend the contract of our branch friend Robert Lewandowski for one more season next year, so obviously they need to make sure that they get a backup and a replacement for him immediately. So branch friend Robert Lewandowski be free on him. And one of the names there, also branch friend Victor Gyökeres or Chelsea have also spoken to the agent of Victor Gyökeres, and now there was reports Alexander Isak a part of the list. In fact, Chelsea were 5-man list as an out-and-out centre forward. McCann has several times said, in as much as say Nicolas Jackson goes, and Chelsea are looking at it from the profile point of view. Nicolas Jackson more of a striker that can combine play, that can come short, that can run the channels, that can do a lot of things actually. And the goals not starting, but then away from that, Chelsea sometimes some against team it's Arsenal, some against the fans say some of the very good defensive teams, that's what team break you down. One of the things that they can do is to spam in crosses. And in spamming in crosses, you need a box presence, you need a physical presence or boxing somebody that can battle with center backs. So they can go into area doors, because look at the likes of Pedro Neto, look at the likes of Esteban Willian who come next summer, look at the likes of Mihailo Modric that can put in some good crosses our team, and of course half space crosses also from the likes of Jadon Sancho, many and I don't know. You really need somebody who has the box presence or box team to really take advantage of stuff like that. And Chelsea are looking at two different players, a branch friend of Victor Osimhen and a branch friend of Victor Gyökeres, and these are two players that Chelsea will be looking at to make sure say on the Adiom to my friends. Also, the track record of Enzo Maresca, the 21st coach to take charge of Chelsea, including interim coaches now. And Smith took up in Henningham now on, and it tells you that the quality of our branch friend of Enzo Maresca and what Chelsea want to do. Chelsea in the last few hours have been speaking to the agents, the entourage of our branch friend of Victor Gyökeres. The plan is to find a way, and Chelsea person is different from what they did 2 seasons ago. So when Chelsea were going to go in and then get Obitsa Rafinha, they went ahead to speak to the club, agreed with the club before going to the player. Now Chelsea assist our plan. No, what they do in the transfer market, and they say when they earmark the player, they speak to the player and the entourage, they speak to them. What are the possibilities of a player not joining us? Can we really do a deal? So they try and get to a certain level of verbal agreement with the player and then the entourage, even before they go to the club. And that's what Chelsea are really pushing with our centre forward. They don't need it. Chelsea say maybe this season the Premier League may fall short of it because of the absence of an out-and-out centre forward team. But if they look at it in the grand contest of how can we build a team going forward 2025, 2026, 2026, 2027? What do we need? A centre forward, remember team name. I don't think Victor Osimhen every free team a friend Galatasaray in January. I think that is highly unlikely. Victor Osimhen every free team a friend Galatasaray in January. I think that he will do the full season. Our team a friend Galatasaray. I think Victor Osimhen then in the summer will do an evaluation or re-evaluation of and whether he wants to stay at Galatasaray or when he wants to move away. And I think it's same for Brest and Victor Gyökeres. Obviously, Manchester United were two strikers, but still, a new manager would want to look at Brest and Victor Gyökeres. So Chelsea in him some more competition. Same for Barcelona in getting a new striker. Team and they want to go on and get a job done. Chelsea have lost 6 of their 12 away games to German clubs, and most recently 1-0 at Borussia Dortmund, the 2022-2023 Champions League season, the round of 16, and their last round of 3 against Schalke in 2024-2025, 2014-2015 season. Chelsea next Conference League game in Germany against Heidenheim. A very stubborn opposition. Our coaching has been there for a very, very long time. Since the time I handed him coach as manager, Chelsea and 21 different managers. If you add interim managers and Abrantia friend of Enzo Maresca, the 21st of the lot, including interim managers since Schmidt took over at Heidenheim. That's what Bundesliga English talks about. Or what Abrantia, your friend of Heidenheim, Schmidt against Chelsea. Chelsea, and he said it's a game that they want to win. They've won almost all of the games, our group stages in the Conference League. They don't want to leave any stone unturned. The plan is to go as far as possible. Our Conference League in Chelsea are leading the race for Portugal for Victor Gyökeres and are prepared to agree 90 million deal in January and then loan him back to Sporting Lisbon for the rest of the season. Like I said, the deal may not be done fully. In January. He may not come to Chelsea in January, but then what's a record Portugal? Every reporting they say Chelsea are willing to do a deal for 90 million for a branch friend of Victor Gyökeres. Then they'll take him back to Sporting CP for the half of the season. And then in the summer, a branch friend of Victor Gyökeres ever joined Chelsea. So Chelsea are pushing very, very hard to find a striker. And in this case, now a branch friend of Victor Gyökeres are pushing very hard. So it's maybe a Victor Gyökeres deal. No, I'll be joining him as the next player ever, which is very, very important in that regard. And if you look at everything that's going on at Chelsea and then resuming training, then they begin to prepare for that Heidenheim game, that Chelsea are supposed to play on Sunday. They were off on Monday. They were off. And then, of course, Saturday, Tuesday, Monday, and Tuesday, Chelsea players are returning to go and do some training and then prepare for the games that's going to go on this weekend. And mind if it's a Chelsea, our Conference League games this weekend, and after that, they play in the English Premier League against Aston Villa. Like I did say yesterday, we shared the list of matches that Chelsea they are really, really winnable. And seriously, it's a Chelsea person here. If they want to be taken serious, if they really want to get to the point where people believe that Chelsea can do really substantial stuff this season, then they need to start winning games like that. And Enzo Maresca team now, we're building a team with a lot of balance. And I think that the balance gives Chelsea the possibility of playing in the top 4. And I think that Chelsea side are very, very balanced. As it stands now, Chelsea are likely to be in the top 4 than they are to be out of it. And it's about the balance of the team, the depth of the team, and how Enzo Maresca are managing the team, playing very well to make sure that they get the results now. And that's exactly what Enzo Maresca are here for the team. Trying very, very hard to be able to come up, normal building team, and it starts this weekend against Heidenheim side. And in that Heidenheim side, the plan is to make sure that Aubameyang a lot of results, and then to make sure that Aubameyang all of those quality results against Heidenheim, go on into the Conference League, start getting a lot of results in there, and then hope that by the time the season ever end, that Chelsea have gotten a particular win. A particular trophy at least to show for the work that they have been doing in that regard. And to wait to see how Chelsea will be able to fare in terms of the kind of games that they are playing Once City really tonight, since the beginning of their 20 game unbeaten run, or we wait to see if City can really turn things around, or English Premier League, or we wait to see if City can really do stuff like that. As long as Enzo Maresca keep this prioritizing the balance on the team, you know, Chelsea should be able to get to 4 this season. And I agree with that. Balance is what will allow us to be stable and get consistent results. And I think that he's prioritizing balance in terms of the game. But they're going to play against a team that will be more defensive and need more attacking balance. And that's exactly what he did against Leicester City, playing the diamond and then the floating number 10 in Enzo Fernandez. The teams around Chelsea aren't consistent. And manager, team my friend Newcastle United drop points against West Ham United. So if Chelsea can be consistent, especially in the next 10 games, they will open up the gap between Newcastle more, between Nottingham Forest more, between Arsenal more, and all of those guys. And Chelsea can really cement, at least the top 4 spots and maybe 3rd or 4th in the Tottenham Hotspur aren't consistent. You say Tottenham Hotspur games somehow, but they have not been consistent. There's just a few one of them not winning. Times where you expect Tottenham to win, they don't win. Times you expect them to lose, no more winning. Chelsea need to be consistent to be able to make sure say on work on consistent results, you know, then they play, it gets in the top 4 or bottom. We just need to keep looking for a balanced lineups and in tactics, and we consistently get results. Qualitatively, we are bona fide top 4 in the Prem as well. CL is the calling us next season, and Chelsea need to make sure that everything is done. And I think that one of the things that I personally love about Enzo Maresca is he seems to have cut out the season in sections in different tactics and play already. This is management, top management in my eyes. Set objectives for specific period in the section of the season. First 6 games attacking, last batch to Arsenal. Solid balance, and I think that that's something that Enzo Maresca has done that people have not seen. So Washa, in the first 6 games at Chelsea, they were very, very attacking, especially in that City game. People were commending Chelsea for being brave, and then after that, the games that Chelsea played were very, very brave in that regard. Then you look away from that games that Chelsea boy, and you kind of realize that Chelsea played a very, very solid defensive balanced side against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against Newcastle. Balanced, not giving anything away from Tissatis, because these teams have very, very good, good level of hitting Chelsea. Then the next set of games, I think that he's going to throw in some attack and then control games, play it well, and then get results. How do you get the ABC of Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube? Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications. See you. Bye-bye.